everybody. It's your main man, Anthony Brogdon, on the 1 and 2s, and I got a smooth sister on the channel today out of the Big D, the second Big D. I'm in the first Big D, Detroit. She's out of the second Big D, probably bigger than Detroit, but out of Dallas. That's where she's from, everybody. But without a doubt, man, I'm excited to have this sister on the channel. She got a national effort to bring together Black women all over the U.S. to make some of them very wealthy in their own right as she helps, and this has become her calling. I suspect, everybody, I've talked to a little bit about it, to help other people realize their dreams. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about that, but she has a unique story in her family. That's the history on this channel that we talk about. We come up with them unique stories. I find these people somehow, and I let them do the talking. Asked a few intelligent questions, though, maybe something like that, because I apologize. I mean, Anthony Brogdon, if I didn't say it already, and you're at Strong Inspirations, where we give it to you straight, no chaser. I don't play with you, my friends. I haven't so far, and I will not, because I want you to really get something good while you sit here and watch us. And then I want you to tell somebody about Strong Inspirations. Don't keep it to yourself, my friends. Did you see the video I did with the lady who grew up on a plantation? And she's like in her 70s or 80s or something like that, but it was a plantation back in the day. This is how she grew up. And the sister and her mom was a single mother, had about 8, 9 kids, but the mother told her some things that really resonated. The lady got 4 PhDs and has done some international things that are unimaginable. Watch that video. Okay. Did you see the one I did with the guy out of Mobile, Alabama? His great, I think it's just 2 of them, 2 greats. Grandfather was on the last slave ship, the Catilda.
Is that the one that they hid and burnt up?
Yes, that's the one they hid. The Catilda, out of Mobile. And they are now doing some things to make it a super tourist attraction. Watch that video. Did you see the one I did with the guy he owns America's oldest Black-owned business? It's in Columbus, Ohio. The guy who founded it was a slave. And the business is still operating today. It's on the channel. Watch that video.
Okay.
I got them all over the world. Did you see the one I did with the sister out of Australia? She tells me, and I didn't really know this, that the first Black people was the first people over there was Black.
Oh, of course.
And then the white folks came in, and you know how the story goes from there. But in Australia, she tells that history. She said she grew up in the bushland. And, we'll walk around with very little clothes on and all that other stuff. It's on the channel.
Okay.
So Strong Inspirations, that's what we do. So hit the like button on this video. You're going to love this sister. She got passion. She going to come out at you real strongly. Hit the notifications bell for when the videos come up. You get notified that there is new content on Strong Inspirations. And tell somebody about us, and hit that subscribe button. I truly appreciate it. It don't cost no money. It just let me know you like me, because I like you already, and ain't nothing you can do about it. You spending time with me, I'm going to give you my very best. Okay. Now, there's a few more housekeeping notes. Shoot, I don't know. I guess you knew I was a filmmaker. This is my movie right here. It's called Business in the Black, The Rise of Black Business in America. Because somehow I found out that there were slaves, enslaved, however you want to look at it, who owned businesses. And that piqued my curiosity. I did more research, and I made a documentary out of it. Okay. And I took it to 40 cities across America, including this sister city in Dallas. And I came down there and he had a good crowd and everybody was showing me love. And then somebody said, man, you need to write a book on it. And boom, shakalaka, there's the book.
Boom, shakalaka.
And I'm telling you, my friends, I'm so confident that you will learn something new when you read this, that if you do not, I'll give you your money back. You just send me a message, said, hey, I do all that. I say, here's your money back, but I don't want the book back because I know what's in it. I want you to share it with somebody else. And for every 10th book I sell, and I donate one to a school across America. And I think probably about 480 books have been donated, maybe more than that. You buy 10 books, I'll donate them to the school of your choice if you want me to do it that way, all 10 of them, and I'll send you your book for free. I got to get this out there because people don't know what's in this book, a lot of them, and the administrators included. So do that, my friends. The book is so powerful. Check it out. I'm making a movie based on my book. It's called They Did It. I produced it as a stage play that happened this past June 2023. The response was so tremendous that I said I'm going in the movie format because I like that. That's what I want to do, make more movies. And so it's called They Did It. We've been filming. It should be out by November. And then it's going to be on them streaming services. So watch out for me. And if you want me to come to your town and show the movie and talk about it, I'm open for that too, for more discussion. All right, my brothers and sisters. Now, check it one more thing out. You hear me use this term strong a lot. Strong is my favorite word. I wish my middle name was Strong. Okay. And in my world, strong stands for strength, tenacity, resilience, and a sense of oneness, nobility, and grace. And that is my introduction to my guest today. She's a soul sister. Come on, lady. Tell us your name. Let's get it on. Thank you.
Okay, and I appreciate the opportunity, Anthony. I really do, Mr. Brogdon. I think you are amazing. Even after the introduction, I realized he's one amazing person.
Thank you.
So I like that word strong. I really do. I want to, my mission, Black Women of Business, is to be in each state. So Black Women of Business Dallas will be in all 50 states.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Let me stop you right there. We got to go. Let me do this. What's your name? Tell us your name.
Okay. So my name is Anika Tatum. Tatum. I am a Dallas native. I've traveled all over the world, and I realized a few things 7 years ago. 7 years ago, two girlfriends and I were sitting down at my kitchen table, and I wrote out a plan. I wrote out a plan to change my community and to change myself.
Okay, let me stop you there. I don't mean no disrespect in this, but I got a little way I want to do this, and I want my audience to get to know you just a little bit more. Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Dallas, Texas, May of 1984.
Oh, that's how old you are. Okay, now how about this one? Did were you in the Black neighborhood, mixed neighborhood?
I grew up in the West Dallas housing projects.
Oh, okay. Did you know of racial strife in Dallas?
Of course.
What was that like? What do you know about it?
The racial strife wasn't in my home much because I was grateful to be raised by an amazing, strong Black woman. Her name is Emma Pauline Green. Some know her as Emma Pauline Wilborn. Some know her as Miss Pauline, and the family know her as Mudia.
Okay. But the
so I didn't notice that in my home much, but I did notice her handle them correctly. The strifes, I did, and I learned.
What was the white people at?
Okay, so the West Dallas housing projects were made in the 1930s. There were different sections: Edgar Ward, Elmer Scott, and George Loving. George Loving was the first development to be created, and then they created the other ones. George Loving was predominantly white poor people. Okay, so each section was separated by race. at first.
Oh man, okay.
Okay, so my grandmother was born in 1932.
Okay.
And she raised all of her children in the West Dallas housing projects. She was a mother of 9, poverty stricken.
Okay. Okay. Now, where did the white people live outside the project? What was that neighborhood called? How far were y'all from there?
Okay, so I don't know if you remember the story of Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
Okay, so their grave site was in West Dallas, and it's heard that they were the talk of the town, and West Dallas was their stomping ground.
Hmm.
And,
go ahead. How far was the project from downtown?
About 15 minutes if you're walking.
Oh, okay. You can walk downtown.
You can walk downtown if you know if you're a walker.
Did you ever play with white kids? Did you see white kids in any respect growing up?
In my school?
Yeah, wherever.
There was one white boy in my class named Cody, and I remember I had an incident where he kicked me, and it hurt my feelings.
Well, he was a bad dude to be by himself doing something like that.
Well, he wore glasses, and that's the only white boy I remember going to my school.
What about your teachers? Were they white or black?
Most of my teachers were Caucasian, a few black.
When did you ever hear of any black history?
I heard Black history in my home. I heard Black history on Black History Month.
And in your home, your mom would tell you some stories or something like that? Of
my grandmother would tell me stories. Also, my mother shared a few stories with me as well.
Yeah.
And my uncles. We have a pretty large family.
So some of these stories were things that happened to them.
Some things that happened to them, and also the television was a good tool a little bit before the internet.
Yeah.
And the library.
Oh, okay. Is there a story that sticks out in your mind that happened?
Well, the infamous when that beat up that guy, Rodney King, that was a story that sticks out in my mind. Also, Mr. John Wiley Price, our man downtown. I remember as a little girl at the rally holding up a sign saying "No justice, no peace." He's the Dallas County Commissioner. He's been in office probably over 30 years, because I remember going to the city council meetings and see him cuss out the white people.
And so what happened at the rally? Was something happening to him?
They jailed him several times, and they've always tried to put things on him, but he's the man downtown, so nobody can put nothing on him, obviously. And you know, in Dallas, I guess it's a lot of politics. From my opinion, this is just my personal opinion of being here. You know, all of my life, it's a political city, and it's also ran by a lot of churches. And you have to shake the right hands and know the right people.
Yeah, that's probably across the board.
And keep your mouth closed too a little bit.
Yeah, that's across the board.
Yeah.
Let's go back on this one before we get into the family history you had told me about. Growing up in the projects, did you think you were poor?
I didn't realize I was poor until maybe about 12 or 13.
Okay. And what happened then?
Well, my grandmother kept a magnificent home on the inside. And her yard was yard of the year a few times. So with that being said, people couldn't walk in her yard, and she had plenty of respect.
I got you.
And she was over the West Dallas City Council. She was a parliamentarian. So she was on their board for many years.
What happened at 14 for you to think you were poor?
What made me think I was poor?
At 14, like you said.
Because I would walk outside and see the bricks, the red bricks, and walk outside and see other people in my neighborhood. And I would walk outside and see all kinds of, crime or talk of crime,
Yeah.
But on the inside of my home, I was rich. Well, we were, wealthy, or we got by. And then when I noticed that my grandmother, her only income was her Social Security income.
Let me ask you this: if you could
things that she did, like she fixed hair and stuff a little bit. She did a little seamstress work, a little bit, and people blessed us.
Let me ask you this: when if you could imagine you were a slave, we're going back now, and you lived under conditions of this in slavery and what was going on around you, but then you had that love in the home. Could you imagine that's what kept the family together? That's what kept you sane. That's what kept you moving. That's what kept you believing that you could be somebody.
Yeah, family is important. So I think family is a good idea. And I love family. Okay. I think that the detriment to our Black people, it was drugs, and also systematically tearing us apart by these programs that they have.
And that's probably always been the case. There's always been some effort to do that to Black people.
Yes. So my personal mission is to remove the stigma that Black people can't work together. In my opinion, a true community is women, men, and children. I'm not a feminist. I am for women empowerment, though.
Before we go into the story of your family, one more on you, and I like this. What made you who you are?
My grandmother and her mother and her mother and her mother.
And you feel them when you move around?
I feel them. And I know that they are proud of me, and I'm going to keep making them proud.
You know the stories of your family, you told me. Let's talk about that.
So I've paid and done some extensive research on my family. And I also got the Ancestry.com DNA test. And I'm looking to do the 23andMe and some other one to figure out some stuff. So I'm a history buff. I love history.
And genealogist.
And genealogy. Yeah. And I was a great student. Social studies was one of my best subjects, because I graduated number 6 in my class. And also I learned that the social studies book, the old ones, we probably need to find some of them, because the newer ones are not like the old ones.
Yeah. So what did you find out about? What's the story of your family? You told me some of the things that happened. Yeah, let's go over that.
Okay. On my father's side, which is the Tatum side, I got research all the way back to the original 13 states. So on my father's side, it's a family named Sales, and Sales is Sales, and it reminds you of salesman in a sense. And they owned a lot of things in the 13 colonies, and they were businessmen, and they migrated to the South and opened up cotton gins.
Okay.
Hence, the Tatum family that I know was started with 2 brothers.
Okay. And what happened? What happened?
So the 2 brothers, got married, had a bunch of children, and either they were sharecroppers or they had some farms.
Okay. But you said they owned cotton gins, I think, didn't you, or something like that?
The original Sales.
And those are the white people.
So my cousin said that they came from Europe, and I questioned, were they white? She said she didn't know exactly if they were white, but they came from Europe. My guess that they are white.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And so where in where is your the southern connection in your family? Is the slaves? Is that, you know what, like you got somebody in Alabama, or where's that?
So on my grandmother's side, there were definitely slaves, because on my on my father's side, I could go all the way back to the original 13 colonies. On my grandmother's side, the mother, Maria, on her side, there's a block. I can't go back after a certain point.
But on his side, where is it? Is it Alabama? Is it North Carolina, South Carolina, where they
On
had the
his
cotton
side
gin?
is Georgia. On my father's side, Georgia.
And so what
And they
happened to him?
migrated. What happened to who?
Your great grandfather, the Tatums.
He's passed. My great grandfather has passed on.
Yeah.
And my grandfather has passed on.
Yeah. Did you ever meet him?
Yes, I met him when I was a little girl. Yes.
Yeah. Did he smile?
Did he what?
Smile.
He was mean, and he was nice to his wives.
Did you hear why?
Why he was nice to his wives?
Why he was mean?
I feel that he must have been a descendant of a slave, like a lot of us, and they confuse whoopings and beatings.
Mm. Because we talk about that. When you look back in your family history, you can see how people are and how that resonates through the whole generation. Somebody breaks out, and some others don't.
Yeah. And I'm not, well, I'm a truth sayer. Sometimes that bothers a lot of people. I know personally, as a kid, my whoopings were intense.
Okay.
Also, I choose as a grown woman to heal from that and to make sure that I don't repeat that.
Because it didn't need to be that intense.
No, but they were brainwashed to believe that if you spur the rod, you spoil the child. And also, they didn't know no better, I think.
And so, do you know if your grandfather got whipped real bad? Did he ever tell you something like that?
I think because my dad got whipped very bad, and then my dad whooped me very, very bad. But it's out of ignorance, I think. Today, my father, I love him dearly, and I'm a daddy's girl.
At some point, do they say I'm sorry?
My father, now this is just my opinion. My father is sorry, but he don't know how to say it correctly or enunciate it. And growing up, see, he was very young when him and my mother got together and I was conceived, very young, teenagers.
Okay.
And they're still together, thank God.
Oh, really?
My parents are still together, yes.
Oh, because I didn't get that impression earlier. You said I was raised by a strong woman and didn't allude to the dad.
Well, my mother had me very early, and her mother was the kind of mother that, won't let go.
Which meant what?
Which meant she was a strong instrument in raising me, my grandmother.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So she was the type that was a muddier, because we don't have muddiers that much now.
Yeah.
But yeah, my muddier raised all her children, and then a lot of her children's children.
Yeah, I see.
Uh-huh.
Did
But my
did
mother is amazing. My mother is amazing.
yes.
Yes.
Did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did your mother go to? Your mother didn't go.
No.
Were you the first to go in the family?
Probably so. Probably so.
But are you
I think
and
I'm the first with a degree
are you the oldest?
of my mother's children, yes.
Okay.
But my mother is the baby of 9.
And you don't know if any of her brothers and sisters going to college?
No, no. And one thing that my uncle raised to me is when you have children, environment plays a huge role in their upbringing and their success in adulthood.
But so let me ask you, when you told me earlier, you said when I was in school, I got the 6th best highest grade point. Did other kids tease you? Did they try to not encourage you? Who encouraged you to keep that grade point?
Maybe my grandmother and myself. I always had a sense of I want to make that 100. I remember one of my teachers got really mad at me because I came and challenged her when I didn't get 100 on a paper, a test, and I wanted her to show me where I made a mistake. And when I pointed out that she had made a mistake, she didn't like it. So I was that kind of student that success was important to me, and also I wanted to be the best, and I wanted to make my grandmother proud, and I wanted to graduate high school, and I wanted to go to college.
How did you know about college?
There were programs that they had in the West Dallas community, like the WDCC, West Dallas Community Centers. There's also another program called Girls Inc. And my grandmother put me in different programs and the proper guidance. And also we went to church as well. All those of combination is why I wanted to succeed and further my education.
They all came to the graduation?
One did Lavetta Atkinson, and I want to have an honorary dinner for her. She was a great counselor and program director for West Dallas Community Center. Her name is Lavetta Atkinson. And she was a great woman for that program and for a lot of children, and she impacted my life.
And I'm going back and again using our imagination. If we were back in the 1800s or early 1900s, it really took some way for somebody to say something to you that can make a difference.
Who said something?
I'm just saying, if you would imagine that's really what it was. It was somebody said something to you, and it was some internal stuff inside of you.
Yes, to make me want to be different than everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew that I didn't want to be a repeat of my mother, a high school dropout who went later to get her GED. I did not want to be like everybody else in my neighborhood that smoked marijuana on the corner. So I was in drug-free youth in Texas, and just different programs that made me who I was. Just looking around, I said, oh, no, I don't want to be like this. And then my dad had these car conversations with me over the years. And now that I'm looking at it, all of those people, my mother, my father, and my grandmother, the village is why I am who I am today.
Were people jealous of you?
Probably so. I used to hear things like, "Oh, you acting white. Oh, you a white girl." Because I would do my hair like that because I had long bang. Because my grandmother would take me to the beauty shop. Even though she was on a fixed income, I was very spoiled. And my mother would take me to the beauty shop, and there was love.
Did you have a friend who looked at the world like you did? Was you able to find somebody and y'all paired up and said, we both gonna do this together?
In school or now?
In school.
In school, I had a few friends, but none of the people in school that I had then, I really don't talk to them now.
Yeah.
And my dad explained it to me. He said, "Baby, everybody you go to school with, you're not gonna know when you get older." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And now everything my dad used to tell me, I understand why now. Everything my grandmother used to tell me, I understand it now. My grandmother was a realist, and she cussed like a sailor, but she didn't mean no harm.
What did your grandmother do?
She was a seamstress and a launderer, and also she styled hair. She was a hairstylist.
Yeah, okay. What's the big industry for Black people in Dallas? Where do most of the people work? Is there a big company that everybody works at? You know, like Detroit is the automotive. Is there something like
General Motors is a big company here. The hospitals are big here.
Okay.
There's a few manufacturing plants. Oh, back up. I want to also let everyone know that the West Dallas housing projects were poisoned by a lead company. They had a lead smelter in our backyard next to the swimming pool in the boys club. It was a whole lead smelter that pumped poison into our water, into our soil, and into our bodies. Most of my family have passed on early due to lead poisoning. And lead poisoning causes other complications. My grandmother went blind at like 52.
Drinking the water.
I drank the same water, sir.
You have you told us earlier decided to be different and help people. Why, with your background and the abilities that you have, why isn't it just say, let me do me and make me big, and maybe I can help a few people? You've made that a part of your whole mission to help others.
Because I want to remove the stigma that Black people can't work together. Also, I'm a natural born helper. That's in me. That ain't gonna go away. And I've been told by a lot of naysayers that my plan may be hard. My plan is not gonna happen. My plan is too big. My plan I heard today that there's a deficit with Black women in business. There's a deficit, but I don't believe that. I heard just today a doubter tell me something about a deficit. But the thing is, my faith that has been instilled in me, and also my personal belief in myself, my personal belief in my higher power, my God, and my personal belief that it will come to pass. That's what keeps me going.
So when did you start the organization?
I started 7 years ago at my kitchen table with 2 girlfriends.
And what was the first thing you did? I mean, have an event or try to go out and get people signed up? What was the strategy?
So the first thing I did was me and my 2 girlfriends went to brunch, and one of them is still with the company. The other one I haven't talked to in a very long time.
But what was the first thing you did? Did you have events? How did you get it off the ground?
I started doing meetups, brunches, of course, because I love to go to brunch. At the time, I was a vendor and also became a store owner. So I was a vendor, that goes to events and set up tables, selling my products, purses, shoes, and accessories.
Okay.
And then after being a vendor, I became a store owner.
What was the name of the store?
Emma Elegance. Me and a business partner got together and, came together and got the store. Also, I was at a local bazaar, Master's Bazaar, which is now closed, with my products. My child's father at the time, me and him were business partners as well.
How long did the store last?
The store lasted probably about 9 years.
Oh, that long?
Yeah.
Okay. So people got to know the store and was coming by there buying stuff from you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
And I still have a Facebook page for it. It's called Emma Elegance, and Emma is my grandmother.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how did you sign people up to be a part of your organization?
Well, my cousin's girlfriend suggested that I get a group because I didn't know anything about Facebook groups. It was a learning lesson, this whole journey. The last 7 years, I've grown mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually as well. But I started the Facebook group, and it was just like me and two friends, and it grew tremendously.
So how many people in the Dallas group?
The Dallas group, there's almost 6,000.
Really?
Really?
6,000 Black women who own business.
Yes. Some of them are business professionals. Some of them own businesses. Yes.
And so what do y'all do? Y'all meet every so often or just communicate on Facebook?
Okay, so we meet once a month in person. It's our monthly brunch. And we meet to discuss ways to educate, elevate, and empower Black women because, in my personal opinion, as the founder of Black Women in Business Dallas, Black women need help. And I think some are lost.
So how many people come to a meeting mostly?
Well, the meeting is only 25 people can be there at one time right now.
At the brunches?
At the brunch. So once we get 25 seats, it's closed.
But that's not a lot out of 6,000.
You're right.
Yeah. And so now you've expanded and gone national. You have organizations in other cities.
Yes. So there's Black Women in Business Houston, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Raleigh are together in the North Carolina group. Houston, Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans, Louisiana, and okay, I probably need fingers. Hold on.
Yeah.
Dallas, Houston, Memphis, New Orleans, Louisiana, Atlanta, Georgia. Raleigh and Charlotte are together in one group. Black Women of Business Los Angeles and Black Women of Business Tampa.
Okay.
So we are expanding, and if anyone's interested in adding their city to the movement, they can find me like on my social media, or they can call me. But 100 Black Women Feed the City is our biggest event here in Dallas, and we are planning to choose a few more cities in 2024 to take that mission to. The first city of 2024 to have 100 Black Women Feed the City is Houston, Texas. So Houston, Texas, we will do 100 Black Women Feed the City, a city in Houston in March. So our Feed the City programs are seasonal. So it's either March or fall, spring or autumn. Yeah.
Have you done one of those in Dallas already?
Yeah, 5. This is our 5th year.
Okay. And how many people did y'all feed, do you suspect?
Probably about 200.
Okay.
The first year, I just want to let you know, there were more white people than black people.
They came to eat.
They came to help.
Oh, they came to help. Oh, okay. And that's changed now.
That's changed. But the thing is, I need 100 black women in the book. So there's a book attached to it, a magazine, a campaign ad, advertisement book, where every woman that donates is in that book. So your donation size or your sponsorship size depends on your ad.
Yeah, right.
So there's a tier level of sponsorship.
And then with the book, you sell them or you give them away? What kind of information
I've
is
given
in
them
the book?
away. I've given them away some, but now we're more in the idea of fundraising for our building. So we are selling those books now.
Oh, so you look to have a building now?
Oh yes, we're going to get a building. We'll have a facility.
In 7 years, you've grown that much.
God, yeah.
So, how many women would you suspect in all the chapters that you have access to? That you know?
There's over 10,000 women, black women.
Oh my God! Now, how does somebody get involved? How do they? What's the website? Tell us the particulars if somebody's watching this who wants to be a part of the group?
Okay, so the group, search on Facebook, because Facebook has been a great tool in my business. Our plans is to have an app. We're in meetings for app generation and stuff like that. Right now, the best way to get in the group is just go on Facebook and search Black Women of Business, and then your city next, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, and join which group is for your city.
And do you have a website?
So our website is, I'm gonna send you the link, but it's blackwomenofbusiness.org.
Okay. And the plan is to have a chapter in all the states.
50.
Yeah.
And one in Hawaii too.
Yeah, right. That's beautiful. You proud of yourself, aren't you?
I'm proud of where we come and surprised. But honestly, I am a person that likes to reach goals. I will be real happy when 100 Black women get in the book, because it's called 100 Black Women Feed the City. Like not 32, not 85, not 96, 100. Because I feel like I'm the 100 and I'm not the 1 or the 2. And I'm not playing either. So I don't want to cuss nobody out, but I'm here to say the change is now, the revolution is now, and it will be televised.
There you go.
I don't want to be famous at all. I want to be a life changer. I change people's lives.
There you go.
I change people's lives. I want to be the change I wish to see in the world. And maybe I can spark change in a little girl that look like me.
Because you got a story to tell.
Of course. And I have my book coming out too. So I can join you on the book tour next year.
Yeah, there you go. That's beautiful.
Yep. And also we can talk, Mr. Anthony Brogdon, because I really like you, okay? And certain people I don't like. But when I like somebody, I let them know. And also, this Black Women of Business, the movie.
There you go. Hey, everybody, you hear that? I got a follower, a liker, and all that other stuff. I'm going to meet this sister one day.
This is called Abundance Tea. This is called Abundance Tea. I make my own tea.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. I told you I don't play with you as strong inspirations. I find the people, and see, the thing is, we, always got to put a little Black history slant. She showed it, she shared that. But the thing is also about some wellness. It's about your mental and your physical and your spiritual wellness, because your spiritual wellness has gotten you to believe, first of all, and maybe even before that, it got you to dream. Then it had you believe, and then it had you execute. Now, in your own personal thing, you were smart enough to do the execution and not quit over those years.
Oh, hold on. I did set it down because of lack of support. I did set it down because of lack of funding. I did set it down because I was in busy doing real estate and stuff. But it kept calling my name and had to pick it back up. So the group has always been there. But my focus level did change over the last 7 years, here and there, but I did remain persistent. I've been told a few times, wow, you still doing that? Wow, for real? Okay, maybe y'all gonna believe it when we get on TV. Because a lot of Black people don't believe stuff till they see it on TV.
Yeah, that's right.
And it don't even matter. Because I'm going to still keep screaming 100 Black women feed the city till we get 100 Black women in the book. Like, I'm serious. Because in order to reach our goal of having 1,000 women in each city successfully united, the possibility is going to be unlimited when we do that. Like to the moon. And it's happening in the now.
There you go. Tell it.
Yes. So October 7th in Dallas, Texas, 100 Black women will feed the city. Spread the word. Everybody in Dallas, Texas, everybody in each major city in the United States, we coming. Black Women of Business Chicago, we coming. 100 Black women feed Chicago, we coming. I love my Black people, and I just want my Black people to understand that once we start loving each other again, change gonna come. Like Sam Cooke said, change gonna come. And like Malcolm X said, the revolution might not be televised. It will not be televised. Anika X said, the revolution is now and it will be televised. Turn the camera on, Anthony Brogdon.
There you go.
Turn the camera on.
Hey, everybody, can y'all feel that?
I can feel it. It's in my soul. It's in my bones. I'm speaking for my mother's mother. I'm speaking for her mother and her mother and her mother. I will not be stopped. This is a train. Either you're going to jump on or fall off. This train don't stop. Long as I got breath in my body, I'm going to tell Black people, we can do it. United we stand. We're not even thinking about the F word. And our mission is educate, elevate, and empower. One woman has power. Together, we have impact. And we're going to make a huge impact in each city. And I put that on my grandmama. I put that on my hood. On God.
I believe you can do it.
I believe I can do it.
It ain't no love button. If there was, I know you would hit it, but hit the like button. Go to her website. I'm sure there's a donation thing in there on the website, a Cash App or
my Cash App. Hold on. My Cash App is $BWOB Dallas. DALLAS. The second big D. Because Detroit is the first big D, according to Anthony Brogdon.
There you go.
Okay. And guess what? 100 Black women gonna feed Detroit. But we can't come in the winter. We coming in spring probably, because it get cold in the winter in Detroit.
That's true.
So we can set it up for spring. Because we do our Feed the Cities in spring or autumn.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, you hear what she's saying? Check this sister out. You can see the passion.
Yeah. And at our Women Empowerment event, we painted these nails, a sister's hand. I'm going to show it to you, Anthony Bargain. We painted the Black Power hand with fingernails on it. That was at our Women Empowerment Paint and Sip. And it was 117 women on the sign-in sheet. And I made 100 gift bags and all of them are gone. And I know everybody don't sign in when they go to places. So at my next event, I need everybody to sign in.
All right. Hey, everybody, yeah, I'm gonna stop her there because I know she want to keep going. How about this, everybody? Hit the like button on this. Subscribe to Strong Inspirations. Tell somebody about us. I'm coming at you, and I ain't playing. And you know, get my book, everybody. It's only $10. Watch my movie. It's streaming on Amazon. The movie I got coming out about the book, They Did It, will be out in November. It will be on one of them streaming services. Follow this sister. Go to her website. Be a part of her organization. You can feel the commitment.
Okay,
and so for her, it's for the better good.
Mm-hmm. My Facebook name is Anika Akina. So that's Anika forwards and backwards. ANIKA AKINA. It's just my name 2 times.
There you go. Everybody, that's it.
Twice as hard.
Let me say this to you, my sister.
Yeah.
I want you to do this, and I mean this with all sincerity. I want you to stay strong, stay safe, stay on your grind. I love what you're doing. I love that because of your humble background, you took advantage of that. You heard them people say what they said to you. You saw what you saw and made your determination to be who you are, not no one else. Okay. You're doing it very well. And then you took that dream, and now many years later, it has become more than a reality. It's happening in the now. And the train has left the station, and I appreciate that. God has put his hand on your shoulder and has carried you through many of those obstacles that have faced you, and them people that telling you, oh, I don't know, why you still doing it, whatever. And you move forward. I thank you for that. You have gotten blessings, I'm sure, as a result of that. And then they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. I'll come to Dallas on something, though. Everybody, with that, I'll say bye-bye, we out. Thank you. I love y'all. Yeah. Peace.